for my daily check-in. I do it daily, right? So today's a new day. Today's Thursday, so happy Thursday. Thursday, August, what is that? August 3rd. I don't have my glasses on. Maybe I should put those on. There we go. Okay, now I can see now. So yeah, so today's Thursday, August 3rd. Thank you so much for joining. Like I said, do these daily. I do want to make sure that I am live on LinkedIn and YouTube. Let me just make sure. I know, sometimes it just takes time to, for it to notify me. I don't know why. It should be like instant, right? Should be like instant, but it's not. Let me see. See, well, there it goes. See, now all of a sudden, there it goes. Okay, so, but hey, I'm live on LinkedIn. I'm live on YouTube. Yes, at the same time. The chat's open, so go ahead and make your comments. I appreciate the comments, the engagement. We're trying to build a community here. Just people that like to come on and ask questions and things like that about hospitality, hotels specifically. Any questions I can answer, I mean, feel free to throw those questions out there. Yesterday, it was quite a few comments and questions and all that kind of stuff. So engagement, and that's what, like I said, I encourage the engagement. So that's why the chat is open, right? So I'm Russell Edmond, Russell of Hotels. That's the kind of name I go by. That's the company name, and I'm Russell of Hotels. So I do several things, right? So I'm Russell. I do hotel site selection. I do hotel consulting, which encompasses content creating and helping people create content, and basically just make your brand more aware, or make people aware of your brand. Maybe that's how I should put that. So I assist, like I said, hotels specifically into being top of mind. Being out there in front of people. If they don't want to be in front of people, I'll make sure you are in front of people. So there you go. So, and today is no exception. Like today I'm not at the Ace Hotel or AC Hotel. I've been making this mistake. There's an AC Hotel and an Ace Hotel downtown Los Angeles. Okay. This is the AC Hotel. This is the AC Hotel by Marriott. This is their meeting space. A lot of people don't even know they even have meeting spaces. At the bottom, right? It's at the actually bottom. I think I want to say it's basement level. So they have, it's not a lot. They don't have a lot of space, but they do have, like you can see, there's like kind of a boardroom. And this is before, they probably changed the boardroom by now. This is just some tables that making up a boardroom setting. But I think they were going to add an actual boardroom table. But I saw this was early on when, right when it first opened. So that's what this is right now. That's the photo that you see now. But it's definitely nice. I want to say, like I said, it is at the bottom, like I don't say basement level, something like that, but it's definitely below the first floor. So that's the AC Hotel. Okay, that's a Marriott property, AC Hotel, and it's a dual property with the Moxie Hotel. And I talked about Moxie a little bit yesterday, but they do share meeting space, just in case you did not know that. And then I want to say the AC Hotel, you check in at the 45th floor, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. You don't check in on ground level, I can tell you that. You have to take the elevator to get to their lobby level, and I'll show you a little bit of their lobby in a couple minutes. But hey, anyway, when I come on and do these lives, I come on, or these daily check-ins, I do have an agenda, right? I don't just come on and just be talking. I don't just come on just talking just for the hell of it. I do have a couple of things that I want to go over, and a lot of times it's basically to help salespeople, right? Hotel salespeople or CVB salespeople. It's not specific. It can be specific to the industry. It can be specific to me because I come from the industry, right? I used to be a sales manager. I used to be a director of sales and marketing. So a lot of these things that I talk about now, it's all about the education. And yeah, we know a lot of you salespeople, well, I've been doing this for a long time and I know what I'm doing and blah, blah. Well, you know what? Sometimes we need a refresher because guess what? We forget stuff. We think we know everything and we don't, or maybe we know everything, but we've forgotten so many things that, let's just say we forget about things and we don't realize what's important to the client. It's not about you. It's about what's important to the client. Okay. What's going to get that client's attention. Okay. So just remember that stuff. Okay. But and if you know everything, pass it along to someone who doesn't know everything. Okay, because I know there's a group of people that maybe just starting, they're trying to learn things, or we're expecting them to know things, and we don't. They don't know what we know. Well, they don't know what we know because we never told them. So let's teach people. Reach one, teach one. You ever heard of that? Okay, so these are two kind of topics I have to go over today. Now, this room right here, this is the AC. This is a room at the AC, right? So, there you go. And this is downtown LA. Okay, downtown Los Angeles. Client follow up. Okay, now before I get in this client follow up, this it's a reminder, right? So I put things up here for reminders. So I get this email, was it yesterday? And I forgot to mention this yesterday. So I got an email yesterday from a friend, colleague, with the Pasadena CVB. And that is Debbie Vale, right? She's a sales manager with the Pasadena CVB. And she had sent me an email basically because I go over these things, like I said, these sales related things or functions all the time on these daily check ins. And she must have watched one, and there was one that had to do with, when you following up with clients, okay? Sometimes when we do our shows, we forget, not that we forget, but we don't do things that stand out to the client, right? We do things that everyone else is doing, okay? But one of the things that I try to put out there, do things that other people are not. First and foremost, you need to follow up with your client. After trade shows, you follow up with your clients, okay? But how do you follow up with them? Do you email them like everyone else is doing? Do you maybe make a phone call, which a lot of people don't do? Or do you actually send out and mail a handwritten note, which damn near no one does? Okay, which one do you think would make the biggest impact? Okay, the email, hell no. The phone call, yeah, because a lot of people are, it have some impact. Okay, but definitely the one that would have the most impact would be the handwritten note card. So I mentioned this, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, to like if you go to a trade show, you meet with people, maybe try doing a handwritten note. Let's go old school, right? People will remember that. Well, Debbie Vale listened to that, and she sent me a note and said, and I'm sure, like I said, sometimes we get so caught up in what we normally do is just that we do sometimes what's easiest for us, right? Instead of what will make the biggest impact. So she said, I just came from whatever show. I'm going to, use your advice and send a handwritten note. And I was like, first of all, I was blown away because one, someone actually listened. Two, she reached out to me and said, hey, kind of like, thank you for, saying that. I'm gonna make sure I do that, make sure I reach out that way. And I guarantee you it will make a big impact. So Debbie, thank you so much for bringing that up. And of course, I mentioned Debbie's name like 3 times on here now because of that. So Debbie Vale, sales manager with I don't know, Discover Pasadena, Visit Pasadena, Pasadena CVB, Pasadena's DMO, whatever. I mentioned Pasadena like 5 times already. So, but no, I thank you so much, Debbie, for that. And if you ever, need space or hotels or anything, having a meeting in Pasadena, California, it's not just about the Rose Bowl, right? Because a lot of people think, oh, Pasadena, it's the Rose Bowl, Rose Parade. Well, no, it's bigger than that. It's more than that. It's a beautiful, walkable community. They have museums. They have tons of restaurants, tons of bars. Everything is walkable. Okay, their downtown area, shopping, all that kind of stuff, movie theaters, all that stuff right there in the heart of Pasadena. I love Pasadena. In fact, I just wish. In fact, they have a vegan sushi place in downtown Pasadena. Okay, they have the Old Town Pasadena, then they have the downtown part. So Pasadena is dope. So if you only know Pasadena for the Rose Bowl and the Rose Parade, shame on you because it offers a lot more than that. And Debbie Vale will be able to assist you. So make sure you reach out to her. Also, a quick shout out to Miss I call her, L Boogie, okay, but Lorraine Chapman, okay, Lorraine Chapman, she's with Ontario CVB. Now she does like marketing, branding, all the behind the scenes things that keep a CVB out there in front of people. Okay, so that's what she does. That's who she's with. She reached out to me yesterday, and she reached out just basically because she saw me on one of these lives. She was like looking through LinkedIn and got a notification that I was going live. She couldn't jump on and make a comment, but she, thought enough to give me a call the next day, right? So I appreciate that as well. So thank you so much, L Boogie. I appreciate you reaching out. And that's what it's all about, right? So they reach out, and then I'm gonna mention you. Okay, there you go. Not that they do that to that, I mean for that, but I just appreciate when people do, take that effort to call you, to email you, to send you a note, or to come on one of these things and say, hey, I do appreciate that. So thank you so much to L Boogie, that's Lorraine Chapman, and once again to Debbie Vale with Pasadena CVB. So, okay, client follow up. So make sure, the work starts once you leave your trade show, right? You met all your people, you've done all these things, and just follow up with your client. However you do, just make sure you follow up, because I've been sharing with people my experiences when I go to these trade shows, and a lot of times I don't get anything. I don't get. I mean, I may mention, and I am not shy about letting people know this, because coming from the hotel side, that's what we were required to do. That's what we did, because we wanted to make sure that if there's business out there from certain clients or from these clients that we met with, we want to make sure we follow up to thank them for their time. Here's more information about our hotel or about our destination or whatever. If there's ever anything I can do to assist you, please, don't hesitate to reach out. Whatever that is, send them handwritten notes, email them, call them, whatever you need to do. You need to make sure you stay top of mind with that particular client, okay? Because if you don't, then I'm not saying that everyone's going to get business from every person that you keep in contact with, but guess what? The chances dwindle if you don't keep in touch with them. There you go. Your percentages they shrink, okay? So make sure we are following up, because the work starts when we get back to our offices. The work doesn't start when we're there at the trade show, because we're getting caught up in meeting with 100 people, and they're not going to remember you, and you're not going to remember them as much. But when you get back to your office, hopefully you taking good notes. Where you get back to your office, you said, oh, let me send this person a note, or let me reach out to them. Oh, they wanted more information, or whatever that is. So we'll just make sure we're following up with our clients. Consider diverse markets. Now, there's a lot of hotels out there that do the same things over and over again. They go after the same markets and they get the same results. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, sometimes it's like, well, I might as well flip a coin to see if it's going to be good or bad. I don't know. But we get so used to doing the same things over and over again, because the people before us did it. Okay, because it is easier to do it, because we know those markets. We're comfortable. We're this, we're that. Well, it's not working, okay? It's not working for every hotel. So we need to be diverse about, the markets that we consider or that we're going after. Okay, first of all, we need to, do our market research and see which ones will do well in our particular area, which ones already exist in our area, right? Well, maybe we need to look at our clients. What are our clients? Are our clients getting different market segments, or are we still going after, the BT market, the corporate, which, hello, are they even traveling right now? Have we considered some more leisure stuff? Have we considered airlines? Okay, because airlines, even though you're not an airport hotel, most airlines, especially the international ones, don't want to be at the airport. They want their people somewhere that's fun and that's lively. And guess what? Airlines are paying a lot more money for their room rates than they did in the past. So if you have this bad taste in your mouth about, well, airlines, I remember, well, they were only paying $50 a night. Well, yeah, that was like 50. I was gonna say 50 years ago. That was like 30, 25 years ago. Yeah, they were paying those rates, right? Because the rates were that low. But now, I mean, there's some hotels that are getting airline rates of $150 a night. Okay, and that's built-in contract business. Okay, have we thought about that stuff? There's a lot of airlines that are out there that don't want to be at the airport. So that's a diverse market. Okay. So I know some people are like, well, diverse. So that could be you know what? Diverse is different than what you're going after. Let's just put it like that. Okay. So airline market would be a good one. What about the LGBTQ plus those travelers? Okay. They travel too. They spend a lot more money than regular. I'm just saying regular people. They spend a lot more money than other groups or other market segments. Okay. They have more money to spend. So why not go after that particular market? They have groups. They have meetings. They have all that kind of stuff. So why are we just pigeonhole ourselves into, well, this is traditional, that's not traditional. Well, non traditional is paying money. Okay. The other ones they're not even traveling anymore. You know what I mean? So we need to get our heads out of our butts. Can I say that? Get your head out of your butt. We need to get our heads out of our butts and look at the big picture. What's going on? What markets can I go after that we're not going after now? What's our competition doing? Are they doing some things that maybe we can tap into as well? Maybe we can steal some business here. Yeah, you know, like I said, airlines. I said LGBTQ plus. What about family reunions, especially in the summer? Okay. Um, there's a lot of family reunions that pop up everywhere from coast to coast. Um, and they pay money, and a lot of times they don't just do the rooms, they'll do dinners. You know, they're big on, what do you call it, meet and greets. Okay, so they'll check in, they'll do appetizers, they'll do drinks, they'll do things like that. And by the end of the weekend, I mean, it's a viable piece of business. You really don't know unless you've done them before, right? And they will do every kind of hotel. They don't just settle on certain types of hotels. It depends on the family, you know what I mean, where they're coming from. You know, yeah, they all pay on their own, meaning for their rooms, but a lot of times the banquet part or the dinner parts, or that's all, you know, it goes to a master account and someone will pay. They will pay for that, right? So I've done family reunions all the time, but I'm gonna tell you this. And what about international business? Are we doing our fair share of international business? Maybe there's certain, you know, countries in Europe that they come to the U.S., or parts of Asia that come to the U.S. Have we thought about trying to go after that particular piece of business? But the key of it is sometimes in our promotions that we're doing, or maybe sometimes we're not even doing promotions. We just, through osmosis, we hopefully it's going to come to us. No, you have to go after these pieces of business, right? You have to let people know that they are welcome in your hotel. Okay, so that comes with promotion. That comes with, you know, changing the photos in some of your promotions that you've been running for years, right? Because it's been comfortable, because we're used to that, or we're used to this type of business or whatever. No, like I said, this goes back to getting your head out of your butt and doing things that are a little different. Okay, that's how you move the needle as far as, you know, your revenue making potential. You move the needle by going after different groups, because if you're going after the same stuff over and over again, you're going to get the same results. It seems pretty simple to me, right? So I'll take family reunions first. Okay, family reunions. Make sure the photographs are you taking, if you want family reunions, there's diverse photos, meaning there's a certain group that does a lot of family reunions, and that's the African American community. They do a lot of family reunions. So if you're advertising for or promoting for family reunions, make sure there's Black people in the pictures that you're sending out, because most people, well, even if it's international travelers, you know, the people that look like them, that's where they're going to go. I want to say there's a percentage, like over 50% of people that book hotels want to see someone that looks like them in the photos. Over 50, I want to say it's like 60, over 65%, something like that. They won't book or they're more likely to book if they see photos of themselves in, in the promotional material. Okay, so that tells you right there, right? Well, if we're not doing that, we need to be doing more of that. And I guarantee you, the ones that are doing that, showing diverse people, not the same group of people all the time, they are getting the lion's share of the business. It's just, I don't book anywhere that doesn't have that. So, I mean, you have to look at those certain things. I mean, you may think that's just a simple thing. It's the little things that make the biggest difference in the world. But if we don't look at it like that, if we don't ask questions, if we don't inquire, do our research, then we're not going to get anywhere. We're going to get the same things we've been getting. So if you're happy getting the same things you've been getting, then continue to do things the same way. That's just it. But like I said, I'm here to give people advice on how they can grow their businesses. And that means the hotel business, right? That, increase your market share in certain things, right? Why do I know this? I mean, I don't talk about anything that I don't have experience with doing. Okay. So hotels that I've been either a sales manager or director of sales and marketing, we do things a little different. We think outside the box. Okay. Or at least I do, right? I try to think outside the box one hotel and they didn't get it. A lot of times people don't get it. They don't understand. Well, why don't we do this? Well, and it's just easier to do the same things you've been doing. But like I said, if you're responsible for the numbers at the end of the year, they're going to be looking at you. Okay. If you're not taking chances on things, then you're going to end up with the same results that you've been getting. And sometimes you do have to take a chance and you like to say, hey, I've done my market research. I know this particular group will be coming here, or this market segment is viable and they will be coming here if we would offer this. Okay. Sports team. Let's say you're a hotel that doesn't normally do sports team, but you look at your room inventory or the makeup of your rooms, you have a 400 room hotel and 260 of those rooms are double doubles or double queens, and then the 140 are singles. Well, if you have the majority of your rooms being either double doubles or double queens, what do you need to be doing? You need to be trying to appeal to more families. You need to be appealing to sports groups, things like that. Okay, I mean, if you haven't done that, just research your own hotel and see what's good for that hotel. What's working now, and what do you hope to gain in the future, or maybe this next year when you're doing your marketing plan and all that kind of stuff. It's okay to switch things up. It's okay to go after things that you haven't gone after before, right? If they're traveling, if they're doing this, take advantage of it. It's there. If you've done your market research, right? So make sure you do your research. If you're going after like multilingual markets, make sure you're doing things that make sure you're creating multilingual marketing material. Like I said, for family reunions, make sure you're creating material for the family reunions, right? Now, remember, family reunions they're only going to travel in the summer months. So if you're already busy, if your hotel's already busy in the summer, maybe, that may not be, maybe it may not be, but maybe it has to be at a certain price point. Okay. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. So if you don't try, you're never going to know. Airlines, I said that as well. Airlines are all year round, 365 days a year, okay? And airline rates have gone up. So I would consider those, and don't get caught up that, oh, well, I'm a downtown property or I'm a suburban property. They probably won't stay at my hotel because they need to be near the airport. That's not necessarily true. I've been at several hotels that were not airport properties, and we managed to get airlines. And that's contract business every day. So if they got, like, say I'm a 400 room hotel and I give them 100 rooms, well, now I'm no longer a 400 room hotel. I'm a 300 room hotel. All I got to do is worry about filling up 300 rooms as opposed to 400. Look at it like that. It seems like simple economics to me. So just make sure we're doing those things. Make sure we're putting these things on social media. We're using every marketing tool that we have to let these separate or different markets know this is what we are doing. This is what we're trying to go after. And once you start putting those things out there and they see it, but you got to be consistent. Once you start putting those things out there, people will start to see it, or groups will start to see it, and they say, you know what? let's try that hotel, or let's at least inquire about that hotel. So consider diverse markets. Okay, so there you go. I mean, that's it. I mean, I ain't got to spend a lot of time with talking about this stuff. To me, it seems pretty simple that we go after certain things, that we at least try. We don't just sit back on our laurels and say, you know what, well, I'm fat and happy. No, you're not. No, you're not. And this is the thing: if your hotel's not running 100% 7 days a week, then you need to try something new. Ain't no hotel out there running. Well, maybe there's some. Maybe there's some that run 100%, and you're just happy, fat, and happy. There's always something you can be doing better. Okay, there's always a different rate you can get out there, maybe a higher rate, of course, right? And sometimes a higher rate will come with different types of business. Okay, because they're okay with the rates. Okay, but if you're not running 100%, because there's hotels, and I mean, I talk to hotels all the time here in LA. They're running 70, 80%. Okay, well, what are you trying? What else are you doing? And they're not considering airlines. They say if you threw an airline in there, and then you just eliminate, that's 50 rooms or 100 rooms or whatever you're taking from the airline. That just basically condense your hotel, right? So now you're no longer a 400 room hotel. You're maybe a 100 room hotel, 350 room hotel. So then you're able to up your rates, right, to compensate for what you're given in the contract rate. So there's stuff out there that can work. If you're not 100%, you need to do something, okay? Because at the end of the year, when they're looking at budgets for next year, and they look about what you're looking at, how your performance was, okay, that's a shortfall, okay? I don't know what your budget is, but let's try to exceed the budget. Let's do, oh, well, we made budget, that's good. Let's exceed the budget. But you can only do that if you try different things. You cannot have the same old marketing plan with a different date on it, okay? Because that's normally what I see. I see the same marketing plan just with different dates. Going after the same markets, the same thing we've been doing for 20 years. We're doing it again, okay? So believe me, I see it. I used to be part of it, right? I used to be part of that whole thing until I went to my last hotel and changed some things up. And they were like, what, wait a minute. We're not used to doing this. Well, what are you doing this for? What is this market? Well, this is a market I did research on, and I see that blah, 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 blah. New companies are moving in or whatever. Well, that's a different kind of market. We don't do that. What do you mean you don't do it? I said, well, I'm not, okay, this is where I'm going. This is where our team is going. Now, if you don't see that, you need to let me know now. Because maybe I need to get out this ship that's about to sink, okay? So, you know what? I mean, you got to get other people to buy off on it, your general manager, maybe your VP or sales and all that stuff. But if you have numbers that are backing things up, if you have facts that are going on in your particular market segment, and that's why you need to be aware of trends. You need to be aware of what's going on in your market. You need to be aware of what your competition is doing or not doing. Because a lot of times, whatever they're not doing, I'm doing. I'm never going to do what the competition is doing. Okay, I'm going to do something else. Okay, because the difference between you and the competition is just the people that are involved, right? And the minds that they have versus the minds that they have. And a lot of times they're just being conservative. They're going to stay the same way that they've always been for years. I can pretty much count on that, right? So, but the difference is you and how your mind works and how creative you want to be in, going after different market segments and things like that. So don't get caught up. I mean, you want to know what the competition is doing, but once you find out what they're doing, do something else. That's it. Russell of Hotels. Appreciate you. This is my daily check-in. I also have a show called On Air with Russell of Hotels that comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock PST. We talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the challenging of hospitality. More good than bad because there's more good than bad that goes on, right? But we're not afraid to talk about certain things and talk about different markets or talk about how to bring more business in. And I've given a lot of advice on how to grow certain market segments. I mean, you can go back on anything that I've done on LinkedIn, all the past daily check-ins and the show On Air with Russell of Hotels, and basically they're blueprints to success if you look at them and you follow them. Okay. So that's it. And it's all based on my experiences, right? It's not based on something I got from someone else, and not based on, I'm just making up stuff. No, this is based on experience that I have, and it's, talking to people and seeing what's working for them now, because I'm not on property now, so I do rely on people that are on property to kind of put some of this stuff into place, right? Say, hey, have you ever thought about this market or this segment, Bleisure? Well, what is Bleisure? Well, why? How do we find it? Well, there is a blueprint there on the Bleisure market, which people are sleeping on. Don't sleep on the Bleisure market. Don't sleep on it. Anyway, I'm trying to make up a song. Right? Not Bleisure, Bleisure. But anyway, that's it. Once again, this is the AC Hotel downtown LA. And yes, they do offer that Russell of Hotels rate. So actually, I have a link. So if you're interested in staying at the AC Hotel, let me know and I will send you a link. And then you can make the reservation from there. But if you were to call or whatever, it wouldn't work that way. You have to let me know and I will send you a link. Sorry about that, but that's how they set it up for me. So, but they do offer that Russell of Hotels rate. So just like so many of the hotels in downtown LA. So there you go. That's it. Any questions at all? Just slide into my DM, send me messages, email me, however you want to do it. I'm here to help. I'm here to be a resource. Once again, Russell of Hotels. And I'm out. You guys have a great day. And we'll do it again tomorrow because this is a daily check-in. So I do it daily, Monday through Friday.